Hey Sagittarius, I'm Eleanor and welcome to Peaches by Starlight Tarot. This is your weekly pick a card reading where we are exploring your monthly theme of the sun, enlightenment, everything being well lit, positivity, and your weekly energy, which is going to be talking about overcoming challenges, the kind of positive challenges that you can rise to, not the negative ones that where you are left feeling powerless. And so I am using Pixie's Astounding Lenormand and the Science Tarot. I have stack 1, 2, 3. They're timestamped below if you want to skip to the one that's meant for you, or more than one if you like. Your annual reading and your monthly reading are linked below if you want to see where I shuffle on camera. These pop out. I talk more about them. This is a general reading, so if you would like a personal reading more tailored to your situation, I do those through email, and my Etsy page where you can find those is linked below. If you hear anything that's going to serve you on your path, please hit the like button and let me know that. And if you hear something that you feel will be of service to someone you know, please share with them. I do 5 readings per sign a month, so if you want to keep up with how I'm exploring your monthly themes, please go ahead and subscribe. So let's dig into stack 1. You have the Knight of Pentacles, Queen of Swords, and the Tree. The Tree indicates a need to pay attention to your health at this time, but there may be some challenges and some hiccups with your health, but we have the Sun and we have this energy of moving through challenges with strength and power, and so I feel like they are going to be very overcomable. I don't know if that's a word, but anyway, it's going to require clear thinking, dedication, not giving up, trying to avoid giving into fear, conjecture, conspiracy theories. I'm all for alternative medicine to a point, but there's a sense here of needing to stay to follow your doctor's advice and not to go against it because of something you read on Facebook or something, but and also keep excellent records, to keep a journal so you're tracking how you're feeling and to tracking how it's going, and to make your decisions based on solid evidence, not fear and not something you heard. Okay. Stack 2. 6 of Pentacles, 4 of Wands, the Mice. So the challenge at this time is going to be something that's leeching your energy away. You may be leaking energy or resources and you can't quite find where the hole is, where it's going. And so it's like you can't quite seem to level up and break through. It's like there's always just enough, but for how hard you're working, there should be more. And it's like, why? It's as though it just isn't adding up. Why isn't it adding up? And so in order to finally level up and for it to finally feel like it's balanced and you're getting in return what you've given in proportionate, a decent level of reciprocity between you and your efforts, to find that, it's going to have to do with the way that it's slow depletions every time you're getting knocked down. When you experience disappointment, frustration, setbacks, that each time when you rise from those, it's from a little bit further and further back. And so what they're wanting you to do is this is talking in this deck about mentors' guidance, and how when you hear something and you get all fired up about a message and you move forward with that and it feels like it's fresh information, fresh action, and it's fresh in your mind and you're fired up and you take action. And then the further distant in the past that advice was, the less likely you are to recall it in each situation. The slower you are going to be to access that wisdom. And so they're wanting you to reorient every time and go back to the drawing board, go back to your teacher's guidance, your mentor, whoever that is, whatever those insights and inspirations that spurred you to act originally, renew those, regenerate and rejuvenate, and don't arise from a weaker and weaker position, being further and further out and more distant from that fired up place. So how can you, like in a video game where you go back to your save point every time, it's as though you're not going back to your save point every time. It's as though you're starting further and further back in the game. So finding that save point and making sure you aren't moving forward again until you're fully restored, and you've fully restored your health and fully restored your vitality, or whatever your resources are that you feel like you're missing at this time. Sack 3, 9 of Swords, 2 of Wands, and the Birds. So the 9 of Swords, which is generally a card of anxiety and worry, being represented by the black hole with the science deck, it talks about the way it can be a self-fulfilling and self-perpetuating cycle, and it can be a downward spiral where it's just like the first negative thought adds weight to the next one, to the next one. The next thing you know, it's become too heavy of a thought cycle to overthrow on your own through your usual tools. It's like your usual tools aren't working. Like you might feel a little bit down, and you can usually access gratitude to get yourself out of it, or to access what it is about your life that balances out that negative thing, and so everything is in equilibrium still. You've had tools that you use to mostly maintain your balance, and sometimes there's that event horizon of depression and frustration and anxiety that those don't work anymore, and then you start to, your support system will start to fail because you've pushed people away too much, and that type of thing. And so you are being called to summon your courage and your strength and your tenacity to blaze a new path out, that you aren't going to be able to backtrack your way out, use your old methods. You're going to have to get through it a completely new way. And with the Birds here, it's going to be talking about a lot of communication, a lot of chatter, a lot of messages going back and forth. So in order to find this new path, you're going to have to keep your ear to the ground and listen to what you're hearing. Communicate with people, ask questions, follow where the hubbub is. You know what I mean? Like what are people talking about? What are people whispering about? What are people telling you? But to start sending out feelers, start asking questions, start letting people know that you're looking for something, start letting people know that you need help. But communicate. Okay? I'll talk to you in a week, Sagittarius. Thank you.